Hey, what's up guys, it's Josh, and we're going to do a guide and mastery level of Gangplank. We're going to just jump right into it. These are his basic stats, you can read them. I'm really not going to go into them because I don't think they really affect anything right now. We're going to quickly go over his abilities. We're not going to really get into depth, but I'll just kind of go over it. His passive, pretty much every time you auto attack, you do a burn, and destroying a keg will ready the passive again, so just keep that in mind. You also get a movement speed, but you can go and read this on your own if you'd like to. I'm just gonna generally. Gangplank shoots a target enemy with his pistol, dealing physical damage and applying on-hit effects, but not your passive, which always interested me. But you know, I guess they just didn't want to do it. And it can critically strike, which is pretty important. Also, if Parlay kills a target, his Q, he plunders gold and silver serpents. You can read all of his stats. You can use the silver serpents to upgrade the cannon barrage. W, remove scurry. Pretty much you remove all crowd control effects onto Gangplank and you heal him. And it's better if you can read right here. Lower HP, you get more HP back. Patterned keg. Your passive, you store charges. You can have a max of 3 at the current patch of 6.1. He's having a lot of nerfs and stuff, but currently I think they're going to keep it here. I think it's pretty balanced and pretty good. His active, you place a powdered keg. It'll decay to 1, then you can explode it. You can use your Q to crit, and the damage that is done from your Q will actually be done as the barrel. So the barrel explodes, dealing the damage that you've done to it. So if you auto attack, it'll deal the auto damage. If you Q, it'll do the Q damage. If you Q and crit, it'll do a Q crit damage. If you Q crit Triforce, that's what it's going to do. And it negates 40% of the target's armor, which is disgusting. Cannon barrage. It's your ult. You're pretty much going to drop down waves of cannons in a circle. That's about it. And you can upgrade in the store. We'll get more into depth when we get into the game. We're going to jump into the masteries now. This is the page I run in mid almost every single time. Never change it. Honestly, I don't have a reason to change it. It really doesn't matter what matchup I go against. The only thing I could see you doing differently here is if you were to take this tree and throw it into here. Or certain circumstances, if you're going to go top, you might take this tree and throw it into here. Grab the Grasp of the Undying. Kind of depends on how you're going to go, if you want the heal for the lane or not. You don't build too much health, so honestly, it's alright, I guess. You can proc it with the Q, so it's really not that bad. Up to you. You want a more defensive tree or offensive tree. You want this. This is offensive. This is defensive. Pick it. I go Bounty Hunter. You can go Oppressor. It works perfectly. Depends on what you think you're going to do. If you have the ability to kill multiple people or not. I go Double-Edged Sword. If you are trying to master him and you're a beginner, maybe go Feast. You could go Expose Weakness. Probably Feast. I would stay with Feast or Double-Edged Sword, honestly. You can go Oppressor, or you can go Bounty Hunter. I go Intelligence and Bandit, the only two things that you probably wouldn't see, or you will see, but you know, you might not expect. Bandit is really good because your Parlay can proc it, and Intelligence is really good because you want the max CDR for your champion. We're going to pop over to Runes. I have 2 pages, GP versus AD and GP versus AP. The only difference is that on the AD I have Armor Yellows, and on the AP I have health yellows. Everything else stays the same. A flat CD on the glyphs. You have a 2.5, and then you have scaling on 2 quints. You have Mark's attack damage, and it's all the same. Although I have been considering going armor penetration and playing around with that, but I'd say this is a pretty solid build, honestly, for if you're trying to begin and master. You honestly could do crazy things with this. So you could easily stick to this and do pretty well. Alrighty guys, so we are now in a private match. I'm going to show you the builds and barrel mechanics. So first up is the starting items. You have 3 options. 3 real options, I should say. Okay, so the classic option is Corrupting Potion, Yellow Trinket. We're going to go Yellow Trinket on all these. Second option is Thorn's Ring, yellow. Third option is Sapphire, yellow. Alright, so let's talk about the differences. You will probably be going Corruption Potion in almost every matchup and instance going mid. We're actually really going to dedicate ourselves to the mid lane here. You can go GP top. Honestly, it's a tank meta. I'm not sure if you really want to do that because you will not be buying any tank items. So we're going to classify as mid here. Moving on. Crumbling Potion is the best. You can proc the passive with your parlay. It did get nerfed, but not significantly, and I don't think it really affects GP in that big of a way. The other option is Doran's Ring if you want the mana sustained. It's in theory infinite mana almost, because if you control it enough, you really won't run out of mana. You just have to know how to play the champion, so I'd probably stay away from that. Sapphire is a little bit greedy. It's a quick way to Sheen. If you think you're just going to have a little bit of a farm matchup or something, or an easy matchup, you can get your Sheen really quick, because that's really what you want to rush. So let's just hop into that. Alright, so here we're on to the barrel mechanics, probably the most interesting and helpful part of this video that you'll be able to take home. You'll probably learn a couple things that you didn't know about Gangplank. First of all, let's just talk about his barrels. First things first, this is the range. Place barrel, boom. It's going to go down to 1, and then you can hit it. You can overlap them, and then shoot the first one. The second one explodes. You probably know how Gangplank chains work. I'm hoping you do. So, you can chain as long as you want. You can chain 3, you can chain 4, you can chain 5, but you can only have 3 in your inventory at the same time. But you can have as many as you want on the playing field. And chain them all together. They do not stack in damage, so if you put one here and you put another one on top of it and you blow one up and it blows the other one up, it will not do double damage. Very important to keep in mind. Alright, so this is what separates the good Gangplanks from the bad Gangplanks, whether you can actually use your barrels efficiently. We'll just talk about chaining them. So first up is 2 chain. 2 chains. So you're gonna put one down, you put the second one, and you Q. You blow up both. It's very good. There's a higher mechanic, and we'll go over that right now. It's actually 2 down. What you have to do is you have to get out of Q range, so that when you Q it, when you Q the barrel, Gangplank will run to it and Q. Now, retry. Right now you're in Q range. You want to back out of it. So what you're gonna do here, I put it in an awkward spot. Hold on. What you're going to do is you're going to Q it. While the animation of the Q of him shooting, this animation is going off, you're going to quick cast. I'm not sure if you can do a normal cast, but I'm pretty sure you have to quick cast it because it's like really, really short frame. You drop your other barrel down, so it's going to be something like this. Alright, now that you've learned the double barrel, there is another mechanic, which is the same thing with the double barrel. So it's, I'm not sure why they put that on. When you're running away, so they're coming from you this way, you're going to drop a barrel, then they would be on top of this. You would Q back, then drop it here and move forward. You could keep running. It's a quick thing. They have to be targeted on you, because if they hit your barrel, it's pretty much done. But if they skip your barrel, they're not going to expect it. It'll be too fast for them to react. And honestly, most of the time when I'm chased, even if they're going to auto it, you're faster than that, because you know exactly what you're doing and they have no idea. It's a really good mechanic. A lot of people don't use it. It's kind of hard to pull off, but it'll save your life a couple of times, because you get the speed boost and they get slowed. So here we get into the triple barrel mechanic, which everyone sees Gangplank do, and it's the most common. It does not look like that at all. Cut? I might just add this so you have a keep it. I don't even know what I was doing. Okay, looks more like this. I don't know what I was talking. Okay. All right, there we go. To do this, it's pretty simple. You place 2 barrels down before you get ready for the third. So if they're over here, you know, you place one here. Your team's doing dragon. Then you get your second one in there, and then here's where it comes in. In order to get this barrel to explode, the one that you're going to place over here, you have to be between these 2 barrels. If you're over this way, you're going to shoot, and then you're not going to be able to place it in time, or if you do somehow manage to place it, you're going to place it like right here, and it's really not going to do anything. And if you're over here, this would not matter, because you wouldn't have these 2 barrels anyway, because you'd be fighting this way, and if you did, you're not playing GP correctly. So you want to be between these 2 barrels so you have time to shoot and drop it like this. You want to go boom, boom. Alright, now getting into the fancier mechanics. So they're all pretty fancy at the end of the day. But one of the fancier mechanics is something like this, where you would put a barrel here. It's for a dragon steal. You would put a barrel way out here, and then before they have a chance to kill it, because it takes 3 stacks, you would connect it. So everyone thinks, why would you put a barrel out here and then not here? It's because if you put a barrel here and then here and then shoot it, it gives them so much time. If you do this, oopsies, sorry, I clicked E instead of clicking. If you do this, this, and then this, doesn't give them enough time. I did it really slow to show you guys what it looks like. Alright, well now you're probably thinking, wow Josh, I've learned all the barrel mechanics and GP mechanics, I must be a god. Well, not quite yet. You probably want to learn how to build. So let's take you there. So, recommended. What do we get recommended here? It's actually pretty beautiful. They recommend some pretty great items that are completely useless other than like 3. First thing you're ever gonna do is buy Triforce. First thing you do, you buy Sheen. You get that. If you can't get that first pack, figure it out. If you can't get that first pack, go, oopsies, wrong thing. You want to go Call. Call is great on GP. You're farming, you're getting gold. What's better than that? I sometimes go Darkseal. Depends how you're feeling. You can get a Thorn's Ring. I don't suggest that, once again. Darkseal is actually really not that bad. I suggest getting Call if you can't find the money for it. However, if you have parts for Phage, probably get double parts of Phage. That's pretty good. If you can afford the full Sheen, just cop the Sheen right away. You'll have the sustain from the Corrupting Potion. If you can buy a pink, that'd be great, but it's up to you at that point. Order of Ult. Let's just get into that really quickly. Fire Will first, Death's Daughter second. This one, yeah, we don't even care about the name because it's terrible. Third, Raise of Morale. You can actually switch these if you're really good at getting it in the middle, because this does way too much damage, but I prefer to get Fire at Will first because it's just disgusting. Alright guys, sorry about the quick cut there. I'm actually a little bit sick, so well, I just wasn't sounding correct. We're back though. Second item after Triforce is Boots. You want to get Lucidity, then you want to cop the Infinity Edge straight into a Static Shiv. After the Static Shiv, it's really up to you. Depending on how tanky they are, you could just grab the Lord Dominic's Regard. If they haven't got that tanky yet, you can grab the Phantom Dancer. I personally go Try, Lucidity, Infinity, Static Shiv, Phantom Dancer, into Dominic's Regard. It is probably the best build, I personally think. Some people are switching out the Phantom Dancer with Essence Reaver, leaving you at 90% crit chance, which is kind of sad if you don't hit that 10%, although I feel like it's so mean not to go 100% on Gangplank. It's up to you. If you get 2 Infernals, or 3, then yes, take out the Phantom Dancer and throw in the Essence Reaver. You'll do so much damage. It's up to you, that part. Also, you can also go Youmuu's. It's getting very popular. A lot of things are interchangeable. Stair Exchange, the general build is what I told you, though. You can interchange it depending on how your game is going. However, 2 Infernals equals Essence Reaver instead of Phantom Dancer, in my opinion. Opinions could vary. I think it's really good, personally. Obviously, you want to get the Elixir of Wrath, and I usually grab a blue trinket. It's up to you. You can keep yellow. I just like to see with my ult sometimes. That's about it for the builds. I mean, skill order is not very difficult. Q max, E max, R max, W. Pretty simple. Max your Q as much as you can. Max your U when you have to do that second. Max your R whatever you can. Max your W last because it offers you nothing else. But it is really good, so I take it level 1 or 2. Level 3 or 2. Depending on how my matchup is going. I take it 2 only in certain situations. If I feel like there might be a gank coming and I can't really avoid it, or I'll miss too much CS and it's a Morgana or a Lux, then yes, I'll take W second instead of third. And I take TP. But that's beside the point because you wouldn't take anything else anyway. So last couple of tips to close out this video. Gank, roam, honestly. GP is insane at roaming and getting his team ahead. As soon as you get 6, I always take a quick peek bot and a quick peek top, and I just check out how the lane's going. You have to understand that when you're running Thunderlords, the first 3 waves of this ult will proc Thunderlords, and they're instant. They are literally, that's it. Thunderlords was procced right there. So you literally have to just put it, if Caitlyn's here and she's running up this way, just drop it right here. That's it. She literally has to be on like the edge of it. Not literally the edge, but you know, like kind of the inner edge. And as she's walking out, she'll get Thunderlord's proc. She'll be slowed. Takes so much damage. Your team will get so ahead, and you, my friend, will rack up the assists. You will rack up the gold. If you do happen to go Dark Seal, which I do a lot, honestly, it's great for sustain, and trust me, it racks up. You get 10 stacks without even realizing it. Your W will do so much healing, and your R will do a little bit more damage. It's really, really, really nice. So always look around as much as you can with your R. Don't get distracted, though. Don't, sidetrack from your lane. Don't forget about him. You can always shove him in. You should be shoving him in. Just shove him in. Back off. Fog of War. Play with the game's mentality. I'm really unsure on how we're winning so hard, but let's try to finish up this video really quickly. You want to probably play laning phase, passive, or aggressive, depending on your matchup, if you think you can win or not. I personally go really aggressive level 1 through 2 because I parlay them as much as I can constantly, because everyone's level 1 is pretty terrible against Gangplank, honestly. I parlay, Diaggro for the minions, and then level 2, you insta get 3 stacks when you level it up, so just boom, walk up to them, auto it, boom. It won't be that fast, obviously, but it'll be in general like that. And you win the game. Like this, just like this. So I just wanted to end it with a quick analysis on GP. You can see in the majority of the games, I do go Dark Seal, and I do keep it. That's just because the game ends a little bit quickly. I do usually try to sell it when I can afford something else by selling it, or if I don't have space in my inventory. Completely up to you. The build is mostly the same, honestly, because there's really no reason to change it. His build is pretty standard. However, here I did go Essence. I did get double Infernal at the beginning. You can see it's disgusting at the end of the day. These are platinum mid-level mid-plat games to high plat, so plat 1 to about 3, jumping in between plat 2, and a diamond ever so often, but that's not important, honestly. Just to prove that these games are pretty winnable. I mean, you can see that GP has the potential to solo carry every game. He also has the potential to lose a game. 7, 1, and 8. I did lose this game. I don't know why. Okay, I do know why. But we're not going to blame people, because, you lose games, you win games. But it's beside the point. You want to do as much damage as you can and win the game. That's about it. And I honestly think GP is a great champion and in a great spot right now. And in the future, when Triforce may or may not be reworked, I do not think it will affect GP. It will affect him in the sense that you will have to find your crit somewhere else. That's about it. I hope you guys climb well with GP, and this has been Josh.